Testing, 1, 2. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. No, we're going to try that again. That was... I see a couple of people come in. Welcome. Have a seat. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the gala dinner of the Allan Gray Makers Festival. No, guys, I need more energy. This is where we're going to have fun. We're going to have fun tonight. So just as a disclaimer, I'm not going to say anything of substance tonight. So anything you hear from me does not represent the thoughts of Allan Gray. I would just like to make that very clear. So I'm your master of ceremonies today, your MC, or as I like to call it, the microphone controller. So I'm in charge today. I'm in charge. So let's test the energy of the room again. But I'm gonna wave my hand right from this left hand side all the way to my right. Almost like a Mexican wave, but you don't need to stand up. I can see everybody's dressed really well. I don't want to upset those dress codes over here. Okay, cool. So we're going to start it over here. Ma'am, you're going to start the cheer. Can you give me a test cheer, ma'am? Not a chair. A cheer. Like a cheers, but without the S. Just remove the S. So I love that energy. I love it. But everybody heard that? Are we aligned? Okay, cool. So we're going to start it over here. Ma'am, what's your name? Kifilwe. Ufilweng. Okay, and I just want to let you guys know, but now we are relaxing. The English, we left it at the earlier sessions, as we've heard. Now no more hong. Now... So if you hear me make mistakes, please don't judge me on that. We are relaxing now. We are having fun. So Kifilwe Matata. Okay, we're going to start. Hopefully you have been also given some cheer. Let's go. Kifilwe, so we're going to start with you and then we're going to go right across the room like this. So 3, 2, 1. Thank you. And then you just stop just like that. Okay. No, we'll work on that. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Vafanarari. So as I said, I'll be your MC tonight. We've got some special guests in the house today. We've got the Minister of Small Business and Development, Ms. Stella Ndabeni Abrahams. Give her a round of applause. We've also got the Deputy Director General for the Department of Higher Education, Sam Zungu. You know, I've got a question. I've never seen the Director General. It's always the DDG. Like there's never... Does that post not exist or does that person not work? What is going... But those are questions to be answered by the respective members. We will get to the bottom of this. And then we have, of course, Zimkita Peters, who is the CEO of the Allan and Gil Gray Philanthropy Foundation. Welcome. Okay, so, and welcome to all of the TVET colleges, to all of the respective teachers and professors, as well as the students. Tonight is about you guys. We're going to celebrate your successes. There's a couple of competitions, some awards. People are going to be rich. But please, we don't want to see you in I blew it 2 weeks from now. This money is allocated for your business, not for anything else. So let me just get a sense. Do we have Northwest in the house? They're very shy. They're very... Which part of the Northwest are you from, ma'am? From? Geenhout Park. You know you can call it Rustenburg now. Like, apartheid is finished now. You can... It's Rustenburg. Okay, Geenhout Park. Anybody else from the Northwest? Nobody. There's no representative. Allan Gray doesn't care about the Northwest province. So I'm from Mafikeng. Yes, Kimotswana or Mafikeng. Don't be fooled by this suit that I'm wearing right now. Okay, yellow bone. This is just part of my hair care routine that I look like this. So don't be fooled. So anybody from Mpumalanga? What are we just discriminating against the smaller provinces here now? Oh. Limpopo? You know, that stands right because only the Venda and the Tonga people are really clever. So I can tell why they are here tonight. It makes a lot of sense. KZN in the house? Okay. Eastern Cape? They always want to outshine the Zulu people. You can tell. Welcome. And Western Cape in the house? Whoever, Northern Cape? Give that lady a round of applause from the Northern Cape. Ma'am, so if you are here, who's there in the Northern Cape? I hope you have switched off the light and the stove over there for the Northern Cape because we don't want to find a fire over there when we arrive. Pardon? You've locked the entire province. There must be a really big chain over there that you have. Okay, well, and whoever left out? Gauteng! But nobody's really from Gauteng. Calm down. Like nobody's really from Gauteng. Oh, Free State? Okay, calm down, ma'am. The Free State is not that exciting. Let's. Bloemfontein hosts Makufe once. All of a sudden, we get this over here. Okay. Have I left out anybody? No, that's all the. Anybody from out of the country here? Seth, where are you from? From Kenya. Okay. Kenya, give Kenya a round of applause. Anybody else? Okay, DRC, welcome, DRC. No, Eswatini is part of South Africa. That one, Lesotho, Eswatini, you are ours now. This is... Do you know that this is an African conference over here? Who's from Malaysia? Is it Cape Malay or is it actually Malaysia? Like, there's a difference because the people from Cape Town are also from Malaysia. What's the capital of Malaysia? Mitchell's Plain? No. Kuala Lumpur. Okay. Give her a round of applause. Welcome. Okay, let's see. All right. So let's start the evening. So when we're going to start the evening, we're going to start it by a welcome address by the head of social innovation and incubation at Allan and Gil Gray Philanthropy South Africa. So I'd love you guys, Kifilwe. We're going to start the applause here. Then we're going to go to Bloemfontein. From Bloemfontein, we're going to go to the Northern Cape. From the Northern Cape, we'll go a little bit. I hope everybody's got their passports. We're going to Malaysia. We go to Malaysia, we bring it back home to Eswatini. Then we visit East Africa. We visit Rustenburg, which has changed its name now to a more politically correct name. Thank you, ma'am. So we'll get to Rustenburg, and then the Xhosa people are all around the place, as well as the Zulu people. And then we've got pockets of Venda intelligent people over there. So we will go to them, and then everybody else we will join together. Okay, Kifilo, are we ready? Okay, 3, 2, 1. From there, all the way to Bloemfontein. Let's go, Northern Cape, Malaysia, Eswatini, Rustenburg, Ngode. Let's welcome onto stage Mr. Butle Dlamini.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome onto stage Butle Dlamini.
Thank you very much. Wow. It's amazing to be here, and I know that in our Startup Hub we've got a song that says, thank you very much. I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome all of you. Thank you for taking the time to come and spend with us as we celebrate the artisan innovator, the future of this country as we awaken this giant. And I know that there's contestation whether it's sleeping or not, but I think, as we heard this morning, it's part of starting a revolution. I'd like to welcome our CEO, Zimkita, our team at the Allan and Jill Gray Philanthropy that is here present, our minister in the Department of Small Business Development, our DDG and our departmental heads in the Department of Higher Education and Training, our colleges, our coordinators, our students, our entrepreneurs. We did say that this will be a family meeting where we convene once a year and we celebrate all of you. Our students that pitched in this year's inaugural National Inter-College Competition, can we give them a round of applause? I thought it's very important just to locate this program within the Allan Gray family of philanthropies. It's a social experiment that we had as an idea because we've been doing this work in the university space. So we're pretty much clear in what does it take to identify potential in a grade 6 learner, put them through a well-resourced school, give them wraparound support and coaching for them to start their entrepreneurial journey. But we also know how to do this, picking them from grade 12 and placing them in university, giving them the support that they need. So we know how to pick the Serena Williams. And we've always had this idea of the technical and vocational sector. We believed that we could replicate the same, but also making sure that what we've learned can be shared with the broader sector. And it's really great to be standing here, not only to witness what was once an idea, but to celebrate it with all of you and see it grow from strength to strength. Now, at Allan and Jill Gray Philanthropy South Africa, we focus on the entrepreneurial ecosystem, and we know that the entrepreneurial ecosystem has got many conditions that we need to make sure we nurture and we work on so that successful entrepreneurs can emerge. But I thought today, for the benefit of everyone that's here, I could quote the words of our founder so that you can understand why we're doing what we're doing before I sit down. I know Seth earlier on did quote one of the paragraphs, but Mr. Allan Gray used to say, in the coming years, there will emerge from diverse communities a new generation of high-impact entrepreneurial leaders, individuals of passion, integrity, and innovation, who will be at the forefront of the continuing economic and social transformation of this region. These individuals will be ambassadors of the power of initiative, determination, and excellence, acting as role models so that many more may follow in their pioneering footsteps. We believe the prosperity of our nation lies in cultivating the potential in our youth. Our mission is to seek out those with the potential for entrepreneurial greatness and to unlock it, to harness it, hone it, tap into it, nurture it, nourish it, guide it, and watch it grow. We are the ones who watch the ones to watch, the born curious, the wild dreamers, the free thinkers, the opportunity seekers, the ones who embody our 5 pillars, exuding a spirit of significance, achievement excellence, intellectual imagination, personal achievement, and courageous commitment, for whom entrepreneurship is written in their DNA. The ones with the ability to change not only their own fortune, but the fortunes of many. Armed with the right mindset, our bets are on them. So I dream that the Allan Gray Makers team can have this statement circulated and everybody who wants to work with us can understand why we do what we're doing. Before I introduce our main speaker today, I'd like to just ask Ms. Simangele Kwinika from the Department of Economic Development in Gauteng just to come up and say a few words and share with us what are the plans and address this audacious audience. On my part, thank you very much for listening to me. Thank you.
Thank you, Program Director. I thought to Mr. Ngengoma ngijayive kancane, but it is fine. To the Minister of Small Business Development, to the DDGs, to all protocol observed, and ladies and gentlemen, good evening. So, as mentioned, I'm Simangele Kwinika from Gauteng Department of Economic Development. We are not here to bore you with so many speeches. I'm only here to celebrate with you guys and, show appreciation of what you guys are doing. We acknowledge the artisans in the room, acknowledge the TV coordinators and everyone in the room. So we are here to celebrate with you. And as Gauteng, we currently implementing the Township Economic Development Act. There are a number of programs that we are implementing within the Act. The first one will be your installation, repair and maintenance, your township retail program. We also have funding, we call it the TEPF, Township Economic Partnership Fund. There are a lot of programs that will work with you, and I'm not going to bore with you with so many details. We'll work with Allan Gray to find an opportunity to share our programs and see how we work together. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome onto stage Stella Tembisile Ndabeni Abrams.
Thank you so much. Now you're making me blush. Thank you so much, Director of the program, and thank you to Buhle, who has just invited me on stage. And I would like to take this opportunity to recognize the leadership of Allan and Jill Gray, philanthropies, the Allan Gray alumni, DDG Zungu, the Gauteng Department of Economic Affairs, and all other government officials that are here, various partners, students, and young entrepreneurs. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a good night, right? Okay. Well, it is an honor for me to be standing here in a room full of prospects of the future. Whilst many people are sitting at home, if they are at home, others are gallivanting on the streets, others are abusing others, but there are those that saw it important that they gather here today in order to shape the future of our country and the future of those that are gallivanting as things stand here. Well, of course, the importance of entrepreneurial skills in vocational and technical education and in society more generally can never be understated. I think I'm more positive about the future of our country as compared to many of my colleagues.
And I think the reason why I believe so is because I get to interact a lot with young people, and not just any young people, but young people who have a clear agenda. Young people who are deliberate in the actions and decisions they take every day. Young people who say, we appreciate the work that has been done by those that came before us, for us to be free and engage in whatever that we want to engage in today. But we realize that we have a critical role to play to take the struggles of our country to the next level, and the next level has to deliver economic freedom. So I, for one, I view myself as very privileged that almost 80% of my time I get to spend listening to those young people who are very important, not only in the area of the work that I do, but who are visionaries and very important towards the agenda to develop not only South Africa, but also Africa at large. Dear participants, yes, we have our problems, and the times we're in now are very tough. Just as we thought we were on the path to economic recovery after COVID, the war in Ukraine has sent the world economy into an inflation upcycle with high oil and food prices. Tensions have increased within and between countries, and everywhere, jobs and livelihoods are under threat. As government, we have no option but to implement our economic reconstruction and recovery plan to rebuild a greener, more digital, and more inclusive economy. We have since established Operations Vulindlela, which is housed under the presidency, in order to address the structural constraints associated with energy, logistics, and communication systems. I'm sure we don't want load shedding right now, which is why it's important that we get to engage with young people that can provide solutions to the challenges that we are faced with. The department I'm responsible for features at the center of the Economic Recovery and Reconstruction Plan. And this is in line with the National Development Plan, which makes it clear that by 2030, and remember it was in 2012 when it was developed, and it said in 2030, South Africa has to create 11 million jobs. And out of those 11 million jobs, 9 million must come from small businesses. It is the National Development Plan that dictates so. Doesn't say government must create those 11 million jobs. And of course, this tells you that if you've been following or reading the stats, as currently we're at 13 million unemployed, if we don't change how we do things, definitely by the time we arrive in 2030, we would have 20 million unemployment. And the NDP only envisaged, as Mkita, 11 million by 2030, because they didn't foresee COVID, they didn't foresee the 2021 July incidents, and the other contributing factors to the slow growth of our economy. As I said, we therefore have to respond positively, and responding positively means that there's a need for a paradigm shift in how we approach entrepreneurship and small business development. All these years, after having developed this plan, department after department, companies after companies, they all said they are doing something around small businesses and creating jobs. But I just told you that it is 13 million that is unemployed today. So it means there is misalignment somewhere. Wherever we're spending does not really contribute to the intended targets, it's something that we need to see. The new thinking, of course, of the department finds expression in our National Integrated Small Enterprise Developmental Master Plan. In short, we call it NISET. I know. It has been recently gazetted for public consultation. We've had policy dialogues, and shortly we'll be taking it to Cabinet for approval. I do hope that everyone that is here has made a contribution on it, because as I said, we can't repeat the same mistakes. We had the NDP. It has not delivered as per the expectation. Now when we come up with another plan, we've got to make sure that it complements what is in the NDP and therefore gives realization of the targets of 2030. And you can't be in our ecosystem and yet you don't know what is going to drive that growth that we are talking about. In this plan, we are emphasizing the need to take an ecosystem approach. I said the NDP was developed in 2012, okay, finalization of it in 2012. Every year you go to strat plans. Every time we come up with whatever priorities as the administrations, but things are not really improving. Which therefore means that we've got to do an introspection of saying, if we are saying we are working with stakeholders, is it the right stakeholders that we are working with? Is the vision shared by all? Do we have an active citizenry that takes responsibility to say, South Africa is my country, Africa is my continent, and therefore I have a role to play because I'm a beneficiary of other people's struggles, and therefore I owe it to the next generation to make sure that I leave a legacy for them. And the first thing is to have proper systems. But at the center of that is having an understanding of who are the critical components in the ecosystem that we're talking about, and get to unpack or define the vision that we need to meet. And I did explain that the vision is already outlined in the National Development Plan. All we have to do is to say, how do we focus on the mission part? The how part of making sure that the vision is realized. And for that to happen, we need every component of the ecosystem. That's why we said as government, we're calling upon everyone to come on board, and we have a social compact where in as government we commit to South Africa that we will do our best to change the legislations that deal with the development of small business, both development and promotion of small businesses and other issues. Hence, President Ramaphosa appointed Mr. Ngosi as the red tape cutter in his office without tampering with the structure of government, but to say we do need an individual in the highest office in the land that must bring all these stakeholders. Because earlier on I said you are doing something in your little corner, but there's no coordination. As a result, we pass contradicting legislations, regulations that are prohibiting small businesses from prospering. Same applies to the curricula that we provide in our institutions of higher learning and basic learning. Does it talk to what the market needs? That DDG, we find ourselves with graduates standing there by the street poles saying, I'm a BCom graduate looking for a job. There's everything wrong with the kind of content that teaches a learned person to go on the street. This talk to the content that we're driving in the curriculum. The only reason we provide education is to build a knowledge society. And when people acquire knowledge, it is expected that they use that knowledge to contribute towards the development of their country and therefore improve the conditions they find themselves in. Because now they have the knowledge, they understand how the frameworks work. But if you produce people who think that theirs is to be absorbed in government, it tells you they don't even understand what's the structure of the economy in your country. It tells you that they don't understand what is the responsibility of government and the responsibility of citizens of that particular country. Because if we have the right understanding and the right knowledge, we wouldn't be having those. And this is the discussion we shouldn't shy away from if we are change things in our own country. The fact that we still complain about lots of artisans who are sitting at home not having their certificates because they're lacking experience, it tells you that there's a mismatch in the economy and the education system of our country. Therefore, I'm pleased that as we sit here, we have introduced entrepreneurship in school. Because each and every regime requires people who must understand the ecosystem and the skills, therefore, that are required. Otherwise, you're going to continue increasing funding on NSFAS, fees must fall, and everything, but for what return on investment are we doing those? The work that I'm responsible for, unfortunately, professors, is a work that knows no qualification, but recognizes somebody's talent and acknowledges that the frameworks can take people to greater heights. In most cases, we want to focus on the framework and not on the talent. And my department has been involved in the work that ensures that small businesses have access to financing. And I can tell you here, they are failing even those that we've given money, which tells you that as much, yes, access to financing is another challenge, but there's something else that we are missing. It's not about the framework. It's not about how great is the understanding of the accountant, but it's about the person with the idea, the originator of the ideation process. That must be recognized by those that are presiding over the system. It becomes so painful when we listen to entrepreneurs who tell their story of how they've knocked on our doors several times. They were rejected because there's no understanding of the sectors they're involved in. If you go to Gala, we met with a group of small businesses who were saying, Minister, we wanted to help establish a college around oceans economy because we are aware that as the Eastern Cape, we have the longest coastal belt. Therefore, it's important that as part of driving the economic programs in this province and this region, we invest in skills that must ensure that our people are able to participate in this economy. And as they apply for funding, those that had to approve their plans did not understand the ocean's economy. And they kept on referring them back to an extent that when mischief happens, at some point they then came back to say, you know, I'm doing my research. I've enrolled for this course. Can you guys provide me with information? And these are the hustlers that every day do not sleep, think about how to change their environment, but exploit the opportunities in front of them. And there are those that want to exploit the hustlers themselves. Instead of supporting them and working with them to understand their space, because the reality is that when we get to be employed or deployed in these positions, whether as bureaucrats, nobody says for you to be a DDG for entrepreneurship, you must be an entrepreneur. Nobody says that. But you're going to make a policy for entrepreneurs, which is why it's important to say, I do not know that sector, but I know the policy development framework, and therefore must go to the people who understand it for me to have an effective policy. And this is why we emphasize that we can no longer be inward looking. We've got to look at the ecosystem, because the ecosystem that we have knows better than us. And it is only when we work together that we'll be able to change the status quo. As I mentioned, we are looking at dealing with the red tape. And of course, these are the strategic pillars that find expression in our NISAT plan. As we deal with the red tape, we also have to focus on access to markets. How many of the artisans that have been produced in these universities in the steel industry find expression to the procurement by both the private sector and government? How many competitors find expression in ensuring that they can build our own furniture and have showrooms in the areas where they're supposed to operate? How many of them have access to that? And this is the reality that we are faced with, that at a particular point, we've believed that everybody must go and make a policy and not invest in the ecosystem of skills that must drive the economy. So that those that are interested with making or developing their policy, they focus on that. But those that should support entrepreneurship, they support entrepreneurship with understanding, which is why, DDG, I'm going to put a challenge to yourselves as the Department of Higher Education to say, as we look across the institutions of higher learning that are offering entrepreneurship, I think it's 4, if I'm correct, we've got to add another component that looks at practitioners, the people who must preside over these business plans and everything. We don't need practitioners, because it is a problem that we have everyone with a generic BCom and all the other qualifications, and those people will never be entrepreneurs. You need practitioners that must understand entrepreneurship without them being entrepreneurs, because I said some universities already have started, and some colleges, to offer some qualifications in entrepreneurship, but there are no practitioners. If you look at the quality of the consultancy work that is being done, I'm sure you will agree with me that there's a lot that needs to be done. Of course, you don't have to be a doctor to know that. You just look at the success rate of the funded entrepreneurs. You just look at how we have excluded entrepreneurs. As government, we spend a lot in everything else, but only 1% goes to small businesses. As things stand throughout the country with the private sector, about 18 billion rand is being spent on SMMEs. And how much do we spend if I'm just talking 18 billion rand only? I'm highlighting these figures because I want to take you back to what the NDP talks about. And then you'll be able, as you're going to leave this place to wherever you're going to say, if this is how much we are spending on small businesses, how are we going to realize those targets of the NDP? If small businesses are the ones that must create 90% of jobs, it means they need to be more included in the economy. And this is why we do not want this important work that Allan Gray has started to just end here, but to say, how are we going to make sure that those that will be receiving awards and everything that they will be getting, we nurture them step by step, so that in the coming 3 years, we can proudly say we are sitting here and whatever that we are consuming here has been sponsored by those that we gave it an opportunity to, because they must plow back, right? Whilst we're talking about that inclusion again, in terms of market access, there are those that are still hell-bent in ensuring that small businesses are excluded. And of course, you see with the issue of the anti-competitive behavior in the big corporates. We are working with the Competition Commission. We are certain that we'll be able to change the current status without imposing anything, but us working together to say, we don't want to take over, we can't afford. But at least in your own budgets, there's 3% that must go towards enterprise supplier development. Can we make sure that we spend the 3% at least as a start? Just the 3%. And that 3% not only spent on skills in urban areas, but that 3% be spent on core business of the companies. Because that's the only way we're going to be able to be inclusive in our economy and avoid a repeat of the incidents of 2021 July. We don't want to see that. And then we're busy with looting, investors are worried, and. But we become responsible and patriotic companies that says we're operating in this country and therefore we're going to respect the regulations of this country. And when we do that, out of that 3%, all I beg for is 30% that must go to township businesses and rural businesses. As things stand, we have a credit gap of about 350 billion rands towards small businesses, which tells you that the third component of our nested plan is to ensure that there's financial inclusion. 350 billion rands. And as I stand here, I only have 2 billion rands through CFA that we provide. Allan Gray has a particular component and all the partners. But if we work in a coordinated way, we can therefore be able to scale up those that are doing well, whilst we are bringing up some startups that must also bridge the gap. The fourth one is on entrepreneurship development. I spoke of the fact that we have people who have applied for funding, got it, but their businesses are not taking off. Not only because of access to markets, because we've had businesses that have to close, that we must step in, they're failing to provide whatever that they were contracted for, which means the market was there. But because we have not built the skills now, the business development skills of every entrepreneur. The fact that you know how to design a car or you know how to design a wardrobe, it doesn't make you a business person. It makes you an artisan or whatever that you know. But then there should be an element that nurtures you through the right side of saying, now this is business. You've got to understand the language of business, irrespective of the size. There's a tendency to want to believe that if you're a small business, you must not be compliant. Your products shouldn't be of higher standard. If we are to localize, as we have agreed as South Africa, that some of the things that we introduce to localize, because it's too costly for investors too, to keep on getting things out of the country. But also, if we are to create jobs, we've got to reindustrialize. And the only way to reindustrialize is to make sure that we localize. And when you localize, it means a Mercedes-Benz C-Class that is assembled in East London in the Eastern Cape. If we are saying all we're asking for is that let the doors be provided, the handles of the doors be provided or sourced from small businesses. Let the carpets of the car, excuse me, Botswana, because I know I'm going to try to take away here your interest. Let the leather covers of the seats come from us. There's people here. That's localizing, realizing what we have and utilizing and trying to put South Africa and Africa on the map by saying, yes, it's a German car, but it's assembled here. As a result, it has a South African character in it. But if we are to do that, therefore, we've got to make sure that when they take these Mercedes-Benz to sell, wherever they're going to sell them, it's of the same quality standards. That's why I'm saying we've got to be mindful that it's not about the size. It is a business. If you're given an opportunity, you have to give your all, and we're not going to apologize. That's why we said we're going to make sure that everybody complies. Although we understand that the cost towards compliance is expensive in this country, we are going to try to reduce the cost and create a conducive environment. But on the basics, we're not going to apologize because we want every business competent so that we can exploit all the opportunities that are there. Of course, Allan Gray, today is your day. I'm going to be singing lots of your praises because of the work that you do, and you are now challenging us as government to be more deliberate in how we partner with organizations like yourselves. Because in most cases, we get into partnerships and yet we don't see proper results The MOUs are seated somewhere. We're not coordinated. Now we are clear that when we partner, we've got to agree on the priorities and clear roles that must be articulated and time frames. Because for every policy that we make that enables whoever to thrive, we also have a responsibility to check the socio-economic impact on those that are unfortunate. So we've got to work together as we put these policies, as you put your money. Oh, I love you when you put money, you must know. And we're going to do our best to bring other partners, including ourselves, from the funds that we have to scale up where you are doing well. We engaged at the entrepreneurship development in higher education, Lekgotla, a month or two, right? And agreed on several areas where we will collaborate. That was Ekabech. Please keep up the excellent work you are doing in entrepreneurship education, in early stage entrepreneurship development, and in exposing technically talented youth to networks, resources, and funding. Also continue to help us as government understand and cohere in the broader innovation and entrepreneurship ecosystem, because you have walked the path. Don't be selfish. Share that with us. We're not going to compete with you, but we want to collaborate with yourselves. Now, to the VIPs of today, our TVET students and graduates that are gathered here, continue to inspire us and give us hope as the nation. Many people, when they look at yourselves, they say this is the lost generation. They make reference to many things that are some of the social ills that are affecting how we see behaviors today. But what we have not done well is to analyze what is our contribution to what we see and that we view as a threat to the future of our country. And therefore it's important that we take stock as the not so young ones, to say, how do we impart the knowledge that we have? How do we then have an appreciation that this is a different generation that does not subscribe to being fed theory? They want to do things, they want to provide solutions. And we don't stifle that innovation. If we're going to want them to go through what we went through, which worked for the 19th century, we're in the wrong place. This is the 21st century. It requires solutions of the 21st century. And it is only these ones that can provide that to us. The need for the generational mix is highly sourced right now, imparting knowledge of where we come from, but also being confident about the future, that we trust them, that although they won't be faced with the challenges that we are faced with, they are faced with the challenges of today. And they must be given space, and they're very tired, as Mkita, of being confined behind the podium. They want the stage, and let us give them the stage so that they can take South Africa and Africa to greater heights. Building upon these kinds of remarkable initiatives and working together as young people, government and the private sector, institutions of higher learning, and other like-minded organizations, we will succeed. And of that, I have no doubt. This is why I'm looking forward to meeting all of you a year later, because we did say that it's an inaugural one, right, Buhle? Which means there's going to be another one. So we'll be referring to them as alumni. Okay, so we're going to see them here. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to be big to be the best. Let's go and excel. South Africa awaits our contribution. And the ANC government loves you so much. Thank you, Program Director.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, Miss Stella Ndabeni Abrahams. It's so nice to see, so much support from the department. When I was sitting there, I was like, where can I open a tuck shop next? I was immediately thinking, I need to start my small business immediately, yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a short interval now where starters will be served, and then we'll see you shortly. So, enjoy the starters. Thank you.
Give them 10 minutes to eat, and then come back and speak. And
Will you have your video?
Anybody's got the power. They don't see it 'cause they don't understand. Spinning round and round for hours. You and me, we got the world in our hands. Everyday people do everyday things, but I can't
It's off, it's off.
I know you hear me now. We are a different kind. We can do anything. We could be heroes. We could be heroes.
She's a rich girl, she don't try to hide it. Diamonds on the soles of her shoes. He's a poor boy, empty as a pocket, with nothing to lose. Sing ta-na-na, ta-na-na-na. She got diamonds on the soles of her shoes. Ta-na-na, ta-na-na-na. She got diamonds on the soles of her shoes. 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 People say she's crazy, she got diamonds on the soles of her shoes. Well, that's one way to lose these walking blues. Diamonds on the soles of your shoes. She was physically forgotten, but then she slipped into my pocket with my car keys. She said, you've taken me for granted because I please you. Wearing these diamonds. And I could say, ooh, as if everybody knows what I'm talking about. As if everybody here would know exactly what I was talking about. I'm talking about diamonds on the soles of her shoes. She makes the sign of a teaspoon, he makes the sign of a wave. The poor boy changes clothes and he puts on aftershave. compensate for his ordinary shoes. And she said, honey, take me dancing, but they ended up by sleeping in a doorway by the bodegas and the lights all over Broadway, wearing diamonds on the soles of their shoes. And I could say, ooh, and everybody here would know what I was talking about. I mean, everybody here would know exactly what I was talking about. I'm talking about time. People say I'm crazy, I got diamonds on the soles of my shoes, yeah. Well, that's one way to lose these walking blues. Diamonds on the soles of my shoes. Ta-la-la-la, 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 ta-la-la-la.
Starving children, hunger, even here in the city of gold. My heart is sore, but I must shake off the coat of sadness. For today is the celebration, the wedding of Mama Tembo.
Tonight, all the spirits looking, chanting that delight. Mama Tembo's getting away, please. I'll carry your load. This you won't believe. Come with me to paradise now. Look outside and open your eyes. This you must believe. There are better days before us, and a burning bridge behind us, fire smoking. The sky is blazing. There's a woman waiting, weeping, and the young men nearly beaten down for love. Paradise was almost closing down. Come with me to paradise days. It'll change your life. It'll sure change your ways. This you won't believe. Take my hand down paradise lane, away from heartache, without any pain. I know 'cause I believe. There are better days before us, and the
gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome back. I hope you guys have enjoyed your starters. Was that load shedding? No, that was. So I love the music. It sounds like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. This is like it's exactly on the theme. So guys, we're getting closer and closer to the money. I know everybody's waiting for that money. So we're getting closer and closer there. But before that, I'd like to tell you guys a little bit about myself. So my name is Vafa. I'm Persian from Mafikeng. It seems some people just expect that. Yeah, Persian people are from Mafikeng. I don't. Yeah, maybe because it looks like a desert. I have no idea. Do you guys know where Persian people are from? Ah, educated. Must be the vendor people over there. This is. So that's right. Persian people are from Iran. But I don't like telling people that my parents are from Iran. Yeah, because that sounds explosive. Yeah, you know. At least when you think Persian, you think carpets, hubbly-bubbly, you know. That's safe, but Iran, no. You know, but it was tough growing up Persian in Mafikeng. Especially when you're the only 7-year-old with a beard. I'm 12 right now. I'm a fully grown 12-year-old right now. This is child labor at the moment. This is child labor, yeah. But you know, a lot of people ask me why my parents moved to Mafikeng, you know. For example, we all know why Pakistanis are here. Cell phone covers and chargers. Come on, that is why. No, don't get me wrong. They're good at their job. They're good at their. They can sell you a cell phone cover for a phone you don't have yet. Like iPhone 19, they have that cover right now in the shop, right now. Like Steve Jobs actually calls the Pakistanis and is like, what is the shape of that phone? Let me make. You know, sometimes I wonder, I was like, I'm silly sometimes. I think, you know, Pakistanis have been here for so long. Do you ever wonder if Pakistanis are African, you know? Do you ever wonder if Pakistanis have ancestors? You guys think about that, or is it only me? You know, but I thought about, yeah, Pakistanis do have ancestors, like Vodacom, MTN, Cell C, those are Pakistani ancestors, you know? You can imagine almost like if a Pakistani grandfather passes away, then after 1 year, they unveil a Wi-Fi router. That is what... I'm kidding. You know, my parents also came down here for business, but terrorism wasn't quite booming in the 1980s. It wasn't... I'm kidding, of course it was booming, man. That's what terrorism is about. They even called the ANC terrorists. But they couldn't even fly to Robben Island to save Madiba, so I don't know what sort of operation that was, but... Has anybody been to Mafikeng? Anybody been to Mafikeng? What's your name? Tebogo. Tebogo, you've been to Mafikeng. So Tebogo, if you've been to Mafikeng, you'll know that the tallest building in Mafikeng is a 3-story building. Now Tebogo, you try fly a plane into a 3-story building. Like, terrorism was never going to work in Mafikeng. It was never... You know, so they sold carpets and hubbly-bubblies. That's what they did. But you know, I did a lot of things to fit in, you know. So I learned the local languages, Kibua Setswana, the Tetis Xhosa, and I can speak a little bit of Afrikaans. Hello. Thank God for the 33% education system here. That was enough for me to pass Afrikaans. That was... Sorry for the Department of Higher Education, but the education system in Mafikeng is still struggling. We're getting there. When the Allan and Gil Foundation finally decides to come there, then hopefully it will improve. But for now, I remember I used to even do orals in Afrikaans. You know, when they ask you about we didn't even learn it was for us it was the oral. Like that was. So we did an oral about our holidays, May vakansie. So I would come in front of the class and I would be like, May vakansie was gevaarlijk. You know? Because that holiday, my parents took a plane, we went to America, and I was like, I don't know if this is the last plane ride or we are actually going on holiday. I had no idea, you know. You know, but a lot of people mistaken me for Muslim because of the beard, you know. Don't get me wrong, there's benefits to looking Muslim. There's benefits. Especially if you can get off work at 12 o'clock on a Friday. No questions asked. They're like, yeah, Fafa, go. We don't want to upset Allah. Just go home, go home. There's no Kosatu to help me there. No, they're like, I love how sensitive South Africans are about religion. They're like, hey, Allah. No, that's fine. Fafa, go. You know, but a couple of months ago, I lost my job because it was Ramadan. And I was having a sandwich at 12 o'clock in the day. Yeah. But it turns out the sandwich wasn't the problem. It's because I had extra bacon in it. They're like, no, Fafa, this is too much now. This is too much. This is too much. Ladies and gentlemen, are you guys ready for the rest of the program? Are you guys energized? Kifilo, are we still there? Of course you are still here. Of course. We've got nowhere else to go, Kifilo. You are not part of the Galaventas that the minister was speaking about, enjoying their Saturdays. I was thinking about it. Are these just a bunch of boring people over here? Because nobody is out on a Saturday night. But I hope not. I hope not. I hope we have dual lifestyles. Or how do they say it? Work hard and play hard. Okay, so Kifile, we're going to start. We're going to welcome onto stage Seth Muli, who's put this whole thing together. So he's the main man of this. The main man before the three dignitaries. All protocols observed. I still want to be paid at the end of this night, ladies and gentlemen. I still want to be paid. So we're going to start the round of applause over here. I don't know if the Northern Cape is still there or she's just checking the lock still on the Northern Cape, but okay, no, she's there. Then we'll go to Malaysia, to Rustenburg over there. And Malaysia's too excited to be here. This is... Are you involved in some sort of a tender part of this thing or not? Are the Chinese not benefiting anymore? What is going on? But okay, no, you're welcome. Welcome to South Africa. We welcome everybody over here. Okay, that's fine. Kifilo, can we start a round of applause? And with that, we're going to welcome onto stage Seth Muli. Let's go. All around the room.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome onto stage Seth Muli.
Thank you very much, Vafa. All protocol observed before I lose my job. Thank you so much for being here today. It's such a privilege and honor. Mine is very short. It's just to share where we're thinking as Allan Gray Makers to go. For those of you who don't know, the emphasis and mission of Allan Gray Makers is really to develop and nurture responsible technical entrepreneurs who help to accelerate meaningful employment while embodying ethical leadership. And we have some of those alumni, as you mentioned, Minister, here today who are running businesses, some students that have started. They were unemployed 6 months ago. They've started businesses and they're operating. So if you need a plumber, electrician, construction in your home, please speak to us so we can empower some of our participants, our Association of Allan Gray Makers. Can you just make some noise? They're there in the corner. Can we recognize them? Excellent. I know I am the person between you, mains, and money, as Vafa mentioned, so I'm going to keep it very sweet. We're going to watch a couple of videos, then I'll talk through them, just to give you a sense of what we're thinking in terms of our future over the next 8 years. We have a 2030 goal, which we call our big, hairy, audacious goal. Something that excites us, a vision for this country, and I'm happy to hear, Minister, that there's a goal for this country of creating 13 million jobs by 2030. So we also need to relook our BHAGs to ensure that they're aligned to that. So we're going to play a video quickly, but I think I've recognized everyone. Vafa, I did not pull this event on my own. There's an incredible team, which I'll thank later, but we'll get to that towards the end of the evening. So let's play that video, and then I'll talk through it. Thank you, team. Excellent. So now what you've just seen is the vision for 2030. You can hold us accountable to it. By 2030, we want to provide entrepreneurial education to 300,000 students in the TVET space. We want to go on to create, oh yes, we can clap. We want to go on to create 500 new enterprises in the next 8 years and support 2,500 existing businesses, thus creating 12,000 jobs in the next 8 years. That is our goal. That is our big, hairy, audacious goal. I'm shaking in my boots right now, in my shoes, because it is big, it's hairy, audacious, and this will not be possible without your partnership, without your support. TVET principals, Mr. DDG, we will need to collaborate and work towards this goal, and I know we'll probably even exceed it with your participation. TVET colleges and coordinators, we want to support you to achieve this, and I know we could probably exceed it even to get to 1 million. And also to our different implementation partners who are in the room today, we need to create these new enterprises to, one, tackle youth unemployment, inequality, and poverty by providing those jobs. So this is my call to you to partner with us. So that we can reach this BHAG, Minister. I'm coming to your office so we can discuss this with Buhle to see how we can partner with resources, connections. Our role is really to influence where public money is spent, because we know the fiscus budget is able to contribute even greater than what we've put here today. Thank you. Next, I am going to launch a very exciting initiative. We love launching things at Allan Gray Makers, right? We really want to keep elevating the trades in South Africa. And one of the ways of changing the narrative around the perception around trades is really through competitions. It's through prizes. And in the next video, we're launching what will be called Artisans of Mzansi. If we can play the video, please. Thank you. Excellent. So, yes, we can clap for that as well. Thank you very much. Minister, you'll note that a lot of the industries are celebrated with beautiful events, with the black property practitioners. They have a yearly event. Black industrialists have an event. Women in Plumbing and Plumbers Association has an event. I know we have IOPSA here. We want to create an event or a competition to find the best artisans in the country. those that are leading in the entrepreneurial pursuit. And let me talk through it because I don't want to mince my words. Through the Artisans of Mzansi campaign, we want to recognize and celebrate those who have already used their artisanal skills coupled with entrepreneurial spirit as a weapon against unemployment, poverty, and inequality in South Africa. We want to shine a spotlight on those artisans so that they can serve as relatable role models, not only to the young people in their communities, but those aspiring trade students who are currently registered at the technical and vocational educational colleges. We'll have 4 categories. The startup phase category for those who have just started in their first 2 years, the growth phase category for those who have matured their business 3 to 5 years, mature phase for those who are beyond 5 years, and then an innovation award to recognize innovations in the trades, technologies that are being embraced that we don't know about so that we can elevate them. The prize is a bucket of 250,000, but in the room, there's billions. So we'll be meeting with the various departments to discuss how we can collaborate. Would love to invite you because we know we cannot solve this issue on our own. We can't celebrate this on our own. And if we have the backing of the Department of Higher Education, Mr. Dr. Zungu, and Minister Stella Abrams, with your support, I am pretty sure we can increase the level of funding and support, but also ensure that this is a yearly event that celebrates artisans in our country. So, with that, our alumni, Association of Makers, you're invited to participate, our Startup Hub participants, but this is for the country. So, for you, our partners who are sitting here, we will also be calling out to you to assist us in finding those artisans who are overlooked. We want to shine a light on them. The aim is also to produce videos and documentaries so that we can elevate the trades, not only for the young people, but as a country as a whole. So that is it for me, and let's connect. Let's connect to ensure that we achieve these BHAG, Big Hairy Audacious goals, but also to celebrate artisans in our country. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Seth. So now mains will be served, and then we'll see you guys in a few moments where we'll be finally getting to the awards. No, we are not. This is not delay tactics here. You need to be fed when we receive these awards. Okay, so we'll see you guys. We'll see you guys shortly. Enjoy the mains. Durban to BE, they would come there. While like it's a traffic, yeah,
Ladies and gentlemen, we are getting to that stage where we get to find out who our winners are. But before we get to that stage, I just want to recognize an individual who has really pushed to make Intercollege a massive success. A lot of the coordinators know him by name. You have his WhatsApp number. I've seen his phone constantly ringing at the office, and I always ask him, Chief, are you a call center? And now he's like, no, it's my coordinators. So can we just give a round of applause to Linda Dladla, who has done an incredible job as he comes to the stage. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him pioneering and ensuring that we have Intercollege. And we just want to recognize you, sir. Very important to recognize you. He was powered by an incredible team. Sikle as well. Sikle Mafokeng, who's also supported. Sikle is over there in the corner. And the rest of the Allan Gray Makers family, which we'll recognize in a moment. But just some more, sorry, he doesn't like this. Even today he said, Seth, I can't say who the winners are. I said, no, you have to do this. Yeah. But Linda actually helped pioneer the varsity Intercollege, and then he was poached by Bukle and Zim to pioneer something here. So I just want to recognize you for the incredible work you've done bringing us to this stage, and for your passion for the TVET students. He's a TVET graduate himself. So I'm going to allow him to introduce the video and then take us through to the rest of the proceedings. Thank you, Linda.
Thank you, sir. Sanibonani. Ninjani. Yazi bengicela ukucula. Mina ngikhule nomkhulu wathi mawubona i-microphone nabantu vele ucule. Nemasuceda ukucula then ungakhuluma. Ile Intercollege abayaziyo abazange bayibone. Ile Intercollege abayaziyo abazange bayibone. Abazange bayibone. Abazange bayibone. Abazange bayibone. Abazange bayibone. Ile Intercollege. Ile Intercollege. Abazange bayibone. Abazange bayibone. Abazange bayibone. Abazange bayibone. Thank you very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and all protocol observed. It's been a journey, as Seth has mentioned, and we have prepared just a video to reflect on the internal rounds, the regional rounds, and everything that happened yesterday. Gents at the back.
Tatana sisandla sami khawuleza ngikhokhele inhliziyo yakho andithi uyavuma wanesuthando emphefumulweni wami ndonwabile ndiyakudinga Dabomba ungo wami kujala ndiphepha uthando kwathi kovela wena dabomba ungo wami enyanisweni ufana nje nenganyezi umsulwa kumo ndikhanyiselwe ngophezulu yavuma kwanesuthando emphefumlweni wami ndonwabile ndiyakudinga ndiyakufuna ivakalewe nguwe baby kudala ndiphepha uthando kwathi kovela wena dabomba ungo wami kudala ndiphepha uthando kwathi kovela wena dabomba ungo wami ndikunike lonke andithi yavuma wanesuthando emphefumlweni wami ndonwabile ndiyakudinga ndiyakufuna ivakalewe kuwe baby kudala ndiphepha uthando kwathi kovela wena.
Thank you very much to the team that helped to put that video together. If you missed everything that happened yesterday, you're welcome to go to our YouTube page, Allan Gray Makers. Yesterday, today's session earlier, and this one is live on that page. Before I announce the winners, please help me appreciate the coordinators who have made this possible. Without their work, they are my champions. We fight, we argue, we call each other and say, Chief, Mara, this one, we must sort it. Thank you very much. If they may stand, I can't see you because the lights are like all on me. All the principals, the staff member at the TVET colleges, the Seferi managers, the coordinators, the champions who have made this a success, to get the students, to support them. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. DDG, they've been responsive. I would lie if I said there was no time where they gave me sleepless nights, even though they called me after hours. But I still went to bed because they say, Enkos, Tata, you can go to sleep. Then I go to sleep. Thank you very much. Also, Gunabo Mama, that have been covering me through this process. Being my CEO, first and foremost, thank you for the opportunity. I'm humbled. Bushle, thank you for supporting and believing. But the regional officers, Kunabo Mama, that have been with me through this time, getting the colleges to respond. If you are in the room, please stand, including Umam Dora, because she's the one who's been pushing this ever since me and her met. So if you are in the room, please, Mam Sofoia, Mam Kumalo, Mam Ngobo, in the Northwest as well. Thank you so much for your support and prayers. And they bavelabati, waiting wanaka. yazi mntanami, then I know ukuthi I must listen to everything they are saying. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the very important part of this program. Thank you to the team for understanding that I call the finalists my children. And they know I'm very protective of them because I know it's an experience to be here, and I didn't want them to fumble, to fall, but I just wanted to make sure that they are safe. We had to even pick up one at the airport, but it's the first time. But thank you for being so patient with us and understanding. I hope that you'll go back to your colleges and share this experience with others so that they can also enter the competition next year. There are those that have not had food. Let me get through this so that you can eat. And if you are on a table, please hold the table very firm, just in case somebody jumps and everything else falls apart. Can I ask Ayanda and Sihle to please assist me on this side of the table? Can I call upon my CEOs, Kita, DDG, please also come through to the stage. Minister Stella, please also, may I request your assistance in handing out these prizes. Any right, Lapo? That side, any right? Sibize abatandazayo bakhuleke fast. Do you need an intervention? Prof. Pedro yesterday did a mind in Tonton. Do you need us to do that? Oh, okay. Also, while they're walking on stage, the 2021 winners from the Eastern Cape, if you're in the room, please stand up. These are the people who believed in the pilot last year, entered, and you are here as our guest, and thank you. Because of you entering, we have this opportunity today. All right. We will start off with the first category, which is I have a business idea. These are the young people who have presented their ideas yesterday. And the runner-up?
And the runner-up in the category I have a business idea goes to
with super gas from Orbit TVET College. So Tato will be receiving a 10,000 rands as a runner-up, and he will also getting a lovely trophy which has been made by the Allan Gray fellow, Dennis Love. Please clap louder for him, ladies and gentlemen. And just to mention to all the participants, well done for yesterday. You are all winners. You are all winners. Trust me, if we had the money, I'd make sure that all of you are funded. But I hope that through the 2 days you have networked so that you can take your businesses further. We will move on to the winner of this category.
And the winner in the category I have a business idea goes to
Tsepo Ramperi from Sikukune TVET College. And he walks away with 20,000 rands towards his business idea.
A celebration to last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gon' celebrate your party with you. Come on now.
Well done, well done, well done, Tepo.
Let's all celebrate and have a
All right, we're moving on to the second category, which is I have a product or service. These are entrepreneurs that have gone beyond their idea stage and are looking to test their products in the market. Some are already in the market in the early stage of their business as well. And we'll go to the runner-up of this category.
And the runner-up in the category I have a product or service goes to
Lebogang Kalane from Southwest Gauteng TVET College.
Let's celebrate. There's a party going on right here. A dedication to last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gon' celebrate and party with you. Come on now. Celebration. Let's all celebrate and have a good time. Yeah, yeah. Celebrate and have a good
Well done, Lebogang. It's time to announce the winner of this category.
And the winner in the category I have a product or service goes to
Darius Heath from Boerland TVET College.
Let's celebrate. Come on now. Celebrate good times. Come on. Let's celebrate. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's alright. We're gonna have a good time.
He's even shaking, ladies and gentlemen. That's how nervous and shocked he is. Well done, Darius. Now we move on to the final category, which is I have paying customers. And these are entrepreneurs who've been in the game for some time. They have customer reviews, they're making some good money, and they were able to answer the questions from the judges yesterday. And I'm told that this was a very, very tough category because, you know, the responses and the people that were in there were speaking to what the judges were looking for. And we'll announce the runner-up of this category.
And the runner-up in the category I have paying customers goes to
Banele Moy from Port Elizabeth TVET College.
Come on and celebrate tonight. 'Cause everything's gonna be alright. Let's celebrate.
And just to share, Banele entered last year, and he was doing a coffee business in Gqeberha, and he pivoted. He went into food delivery, and now he came back to enter again this year, and he has made it. So well done, Banele, for being resilient and persistent. And the final winner that is announced today.
And the winner in the category I have paying customers goes to
Buche Lindwa from Falls Bay TVET College.
When I walk on by, girls be looking like Debbie Fly. I pimp to the beat, walking down the street and my new the freak, yeah. This is how I roll, animal print pants out control. It's Red Bull with the big ass bra, and like Bruce Lee, I got the clout, yeah. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. I work out. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. I work out when I walk in the spot. This is what I see. Everybody stops and is staring at me. I got passion in my pants and I ain't afraid to show it, show it, show it, show it. I'm sexy and I know it. I'm sexy and I know it. Yeah, when I'm at the mall, security just can't fight them all. And when I'm at the beach, I'm in a Speedo trying to tan my cheeks.
All right, thank you guys. Thank you guys. We're almost at the end. So her company is a digital marketing agency, and they're doing amazing work and working with incubators and University of Stellenbosch as well. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, as my senior manager Seth had mentioned, we like launching things. And this is a category that we felt we needed to launch in recognition of the hard work that the colleges do. One, to advertise the competition at the various campuses. Two, as well as to gather the students and support them and assist them to register for the competition. And for this year, we looked at the college with the most numbers or the most entries, which were around 160 from that one college. And this one goes to Orbit TVET
And
College.
the winner in the category Best Performing College goes to...
Can I ask the colleagues from Orbit, Mr. Mashilo, where are you? Please come through. You can't sit down, so you must come. You must come.
I'm sexy and I know it.
So this category next year, colleagues will be looking at the support that is given by entrepreneurs, the work that is done not once but continuously, because we are now aware of the different classes and things that you are doing as well. Thank you very much. Minister DDG Mamzim, thank you very much. You may take your thing. Anna Cheg, CEO, you have capacity to sign. Thank you very much. Could you please give them a round of applause? Make it louder so that they can sign and give us more next year. Awesome. So those that were in the room yesterday, we ran an investment challenge, and the person who wins this will receive a 5,000 rands Allan Gray unit trust. So it's not money in your pocket, but investment. We are supporting, saving in the country. So we have a name, but we are just needing to verify the details because the surname was incorrect and the email address was not corresponding. All we know is that her name is Shirley. So we will make sure that after this, we contact the Shirley. So Carl Dodds, who introduced the competition yesterday, is just verifying and getting her contact details so that we can call her and let her know that she is the winner. By the way, she predicted first, second, first, second, first, second, as they are. So if it was the Lotto Shem, she would have received a lot of money, but unfortunately. We are going to announce another winner. Please help me welcome a colleague in the finance, and she's the one that audited these winners and made sure that the judging process was correct. So I didn't do it myself. I went to fetch finance so that they know that it is right. Ms. Alu, please come to the stage, ma'am.
And your laughter too. We gon' celebrate and party with you. Come on now. Celebration. Let's all celebrate and have a good time.
Molweni. My name is Allan Mtengwane, the accountant for Allan Gray Makers, and I'll be presenting to you tonight the winner for the tire furniture challenge. I must say I'm so nervous. I've never been in a room full of beautiful people, so please give yourselves a round of applause. Okay. So today at the Allan Gray Makers, we hosted a competition for the tire furniture challenge where participants were given 4 hours to make furniture out of used tires. And among part of those products included a chair, table, a pet bed, and a pot plant holder. I must say our judges actually had a rough time to actually choose who the winner is. But I would like to say to the participants that all of you guys were winners and you are still winners. But unfortunately, we only have one prize. And I'm going to call up on stage who our winner is. And when I call them up, can you please give them a round of applause? And they must walk up onto stage to collect their prize, which is a Builders Warehouse voucher. Yes. And our winner is Olwethu Qulu.
All right, thank you so much. Can we give a round of applause to one of our finance team members? Well done. Well done, Alu. We challenged them because they all said they had a fear of public speaking. Did you know that the biggest fear the world has is 2 fears? Public speaking, then dying. All right? So she just conquered a fear, and we're very proud of her and all the other finance team members and everyone else who conquered their fear of public speaking. We like to empower our people to lead themselves into new heights. Excellent. I have a very short thing to do. As part of the Allan Gray Makers Accelerator and Incubator, we have mentors who mentor our program participants to success. And today we just want to recognize them. So if you've been a mentor for Makers Hub 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, would you come to the stage? Also, our business advisors, would you also come to the stage? We will be emailing you a beautiful voucher, but I would love for the people to see you and recognize you, and we honor you for the work that you've done. Mentors and business advisors, please come to the stage. Mpone, Tiro, Roche. Roche, I know you're here.
So bring your good times and your laughter.
Roche.
We gon' celebrate your
Thank you.
party with you.
We just want to recognize you for the excellent work that you put in. I think Roche has gone home, our finance minister, our finance subject matter expert. Thank you so much. Excellent. Can we give them a round of applause for the great business advisory mentorship that they have done and continuing to do? Thank you, guys. We just wanted to honor you. If you're looking for business advisors, please call me on 084-59-4021, and I'll connect you with our business advisors. Minister, we're also using Growth Wheel. I know the CEDA uses Growth Wheel. These are Growth Wheel certified business advisor. We have Hilton here as well. Thank you for joining us today, Hilton. Excellent. I am going to now move on to our vote of thanks because now we're going to dance. If I can ask Bukle Dlamini, my manager, to just come to start the vote of thanks, and then I'll close it at the end. Can we give him a big round of applause? My bonus is at stake here. Can we please make it a bit louder? Thank you so much.
No, everything is secure, brother. You've done well. I really want to give a big thank you to our representatives from government, Minister Stella Ndabeni-Abrahams, for gracing us, DDG Zungu and your team from DHEAD. I want to give a special thanks to all the leadership coming from the TVET colleges. But I also want to give a special thanks to the managers of the Allan Gray Makers program. I think we are here because you took on the vision and you've implemented it. And I think we can all agree it's been a great success. I want to give a special thanks to the team. You heard that we've got our team from finance at the Allan and Jill Gray Philanthropy. We've got from our team from the Strategy and Learning Lab unit, and everybody else that maybe Seth is still going to acknowledge. I really want to show my appreciation for making this a success and for your commitment. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Bukle. Much appreciated. All protocol has been observed, but I just want to give a very special thanks to the Allan and Jill Gray Philanthropy South Africa, to our visionary leader, our humble, passionate, someone who stretches our thinking, Zimkita Peter. Can we just give a round of applause for your support? We're truly louder than that. We wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for her pioneering thing. Thank you so much. Also to recognize my manager, Bukle, who is a big thinker. Whenever you sit with Bukle, he's like, think bigger, Seth. Think beyond the borders. I really appreciate that about you. You've challenged and stretched me in ways that I cannot describe, and thank you for your leadership. Round of applause to Bukle. Thank you. It's going to be a long list today, so keep those hands warm. You can just keep them like this, right there. A big shout out to Roshan from the Strategic Partnerships, Advocacy and Communications, SPCA, for joining us today as well, and for moderating a powerful session. Mpo from Finance, I know she's not here, but all the checks were paid. They went through her, and I'll come to the finance team. I won't forget you. To Kirsten from the grant making unit for allowing your team to be here. A special mention to Karen. Karen was part of the actual team that conceptualized this, put this together, and now she sits at the head of strategy and learning. So in your absence, I know you're probably watching online, Karen. You've left me with very big shoes to fill, but thank you for your support. Then to the AGPCA, Allan and Jill Gray Philanthropy South Africa Talent. Wow. Guys, I've seen you like come together in a matter of few days. I've seen you so tired, and I keep telling you guys we got to keep going. I want to appreciate you, the grant making unit, Junaid, Sharel, Sia, the finance team, Alu, Milka, Chaitwa, Kangisa from HR, whoever I missed. Yeah, I think I've mentioned FC as well. Thank you so much. PR, grant making, finance. Finance for also making, while they were here, they were signing checks very quickly for us. It was a very quick process. I send an invoice, it gets paid. So thank you so much for that. Even the late ones, really appreciate it. So, and in future, don't forget us. I know you're moving on to Shariki, but we'll be calling you back. Then the Allan Gray Makers team, if they can please stand up, all of them sitting here in the room. Sikle, Taboho, Lana, Ayanda, Nondwe. I have the best team in the world. Linda, can we give them a big round of applause? Wow. absolute best team in the world. We wouldn't have done it without you guys.
Give me freedom,
Thank you so
give
much.
me fire.
This music is
Give me
amazing.
reason, take me higher.
Also, a very special mention to Moipone as well for ensuring the venue, tonight's dinner, executed well. Our hotel rooms, flights, I think she booked maybe 50 flights and accommodation and transfers. Thank you so much, Mo. We appreciate you. Very special shout out. And a very special shout out to the program lead for this event, Teboho, who has been leading us like a champion. Can we give a big round of applause to Teboho? She's a chartered accountant and she put out an Excel spreadsheet and she made sure we're running like clockwork. If you need any master classes on Excel and how to make sure everyone runs on Excel, please give it to Teboho. But Teboho, you've led us extremely well. She even asked me some very hard questions every single day to make sure we were on point. Thank you for holding us accountable. Big shout out to Alicia, who was also part of the team that helped create Allan Gray Makers. Thank you so much for being here. We truly appreciate it. She was a judge in many different positions. She's our M&E, so she also asks us the hard questions. So when he set out these BHAGs, she asks us how we're going to get there. What's our plan over the next 8 years to get there? So we appreciate you for that. To the AGOF team, I know a lot of you are here. Nyakalo, Caleb, Jasiri is also here, our philanthropy, Amanda, as well as Jake's Gervel Fellowship team. Thank you for being here today. I think I have acknowledged I'm just looking at the faces to make sure. Funda Wande, oh Nanga, so thank you so much for being here. Nangam, so thank you so much. I didn't get a chance to recognize you today. She was in the Women in Leadership. She's the CEO of Funda Wande, 29 years old. And she's leading with such excellence. Yeah, you set the bar so high for us to follow. So thank you for being here. It means a lot, and we look forward to collaborating with you further. I'm just looking around. Thank you to my wife. I've been having late nights, so I just want to appreciate my beautiful wife for giving me the space and freedom to do the things that I love. Thanks, love. I love you very much. All right, that is all.
Before you go, sir, just 1 second. I would like you to see, I'm like the minister here. I've got a hope. I want to see how young the AG Makers team. Please come on stage. They must just see how young you are, the people that pull this event together. Sit Tebucho, come Tebucho. Unandwe, where are you guys? Come. This is Tebucho, who made it run like clockwork. This is Ayanda, who did the first women there. This is Nandwe. This is the AG Makers team. The first starters hub. She came within 2 months of joining, conceptualized the Women in Artisan event. She was a founding member of Allan Gray Makers. She's an Allan Gray fellow, chartered accountant, put together this entire event. This is Nondwe, who worked door to door in the Eastern Cape as we are putting our Kucha municipality artisan business, and she's been there. This is Sihle, clockwork this event, pulling it together, Linda in all the colleges. And this is the amazing team that is led by this incredible young man, this incredible leader in the African continent. Thank you so much, Seth. We honor you all. And there's Moipone there, who's booked your flights. Book your flights, make sure you eat, make sure you are fed, design this event, put together these gifts, everything you've done. And we want to say thank you so much. Our country is so much greater for having you. And I'm honored, I am honored to walk this journey with you. And I thank you.
Thank you, Zim.
Ladies and gentlemen, have you guys had a good time? I'd love for you guys to give yourselves a round of applause for being part of this beautiful, beautiful revolution. So So the celebrations are not over. We've got a performance by Dinky Kunene. So let's continue to celebrate our winners. Let's continue to celebrate ourselves. You guys have had a beautiful 2 days. Let's cap it off beautifully. My name is Vafa Narage. You guys have been amazing. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome onto stage Dinky Kunene.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys are well. I'm technically almost a 2000, so I hope you guys are ready to vibe with me, you know. Feel free to stand up, whether you know the song, whether you don't know it. It's cool. Let's have fun together. This is something new for me as well, and I really hope you guys enjoy. The name of this song is called Amanga. So if you've ever had that relationship and a nigga is just lying to you, or the lady is lying to you, then this is the song for you. Yep, yeah. Da-da. Let's go. Oh, 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 oh. Da da da. Mamela, ngenzeni kuwe, ungizwisa buhlungu, izolo ngikubone unomunye muntu, and it hurts, 'cause I put you first, and it hurts, 'cause I put you first. Uh-huh. Wangiklambela manka, uyipulile inhliziyo yami, awazulahlekelwe yini, oh baby ekamanga. Wangiklambela manka, uyipulile inhliziyo yami, awazulahlekelwe yini, baby ekamanga. Oh baby ekamanga. Oh baby ekamanga. Oh baby ekamanga. Oh baby ekamanga. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh baby ekamanga. Yeah. Oh baby ekamanga. Oh baby ekamanga. Why you lie to me? Oh baby ekamanga. Ngenzeni kuwe, ungizwisa buhlungu, izolo ngikubone unomunye muntu, and it hurts, 'cause I put you first, and it hurts, 'cause I put you first. Wangiklambela manka, uyipulile inhliziyo yami, awazulahlekelwe yini, oh baby ekamanga. Wangiklambela manka, uyipulile inhliziyo yami, Oh baby, egamanga. 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 Zeta dada, zeta dada dada, zeta dada, zeta dada dada, zeta dada, zeta dada dada. Oh, wangitambela manga, uyipulile nhliziyo yami, awazulahlekelwe yini. Oh baby, egamanga. Oh, 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 oh. I know this is a corporate, but you guys must have heard about Umlando. You guys know Umlando? And it's in Amtla, sing Sumlan. Galusukulukulu, sing Sumlan. Galusukulukulu, sing Sumlan. Umlan. And it's in Amtla, sing Sumlan. Galusukulukulu, sing Sumlan. Umlan. Oh, yeah, da 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 da. Oh, oh, da 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 da. I need a drink. This is too deep. When I'm not around, you mess around. This is too deep. I need a drink. This is too deep. When I'm not around, you mess around. This is too deep. Oh, oh, oh. Da 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 da. Oh, 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 oh. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da da da.